everyone, it is time for a new video, and today I'm going to be giving you 5 office romance recommendations. Super straightforward, so let's just get straight into it. The first book that I have to recommend is Hot Copy by Barrett. I absolutely adore this book. I need more people to read it, and so I had to tell you about this one first. And so this book follows Corinne and Wes, and Corinne is this just like super, like girl boss, badass, amazing businesswoman, but she does have to deal with a lot of like just disgusting misogyny in the workplace. And then this guy comes to the building, Wes, and he kind of laughs at a joke that someone makes in the elevator directed at Corinne, and so that kicks off their relationship in like a very hate to love sort of way. And Wes is also an intern working for Corinne. And the two of them have that like slightly hate to love situation, but obviously they're attracted to each other and things go on from there. I was just so invested in this book. I felt like the connection between them was absolutely incredible, and the chemistry in this book was just so fun and steamy and wonderful, while also dealing with the topics of like misogyny in the workplace and the like power dynamic in a relationship like this. If you really want an office romance that is super realistic but at the same time still has that like super fun vibe and is largely set in the office, you need to read this book. The next book by Ruby is actually going to be Sapphic, and I am so excited for that one. The second book is A Reunion of Rivals by Reese. By the way, you can't see my laptop. That's what I'm looking at to make sure that, I don't forget anything, and yeah. So this book is a black love romance, and it's a second chance romance, and it's kind of like lovers to enemies to lovers, which I know a lot of people love, and I absolutely loved it in here. There's a trope in here as well that the two main characters have to work on a project together. So like the project and the history, all the emotions, like all of these tropes are something that I absolutely love, and if you love them, you absolutely need to check this one out. This one was also quite like low on angst and just so much fun, and I feel like all the Harlequin Desire books are just like such quick addictive reads, and so if that's something that you're looking for, you need to check this one out. The next book is 2 Weeks Notice by Whitney G. If you want office romances with kind of that like slightly arrogant hero vibe and just like that super rich vibe and like just romances that where you don't have to think about anything, Whitney G is the person to read, because all of her books, or so many, are actually somehow office romances, and they're not always the best. Like, I have had some issues with them, and so, and again, like, if you don't like that arrogant super rich guy vibe, then Whitney G is not for you. But if you do, then you need to check out 2 Weeks Notice and a lot of other Whitney's books. This one in particular is a enemies to lovers romance where our heroine is the hero's executive assistant. He's a billionaire, of course, and she works for him, and she wants to quit, but he doesn't want her to quit because she's incredible at her job. And so the two of them have this thing going back and forth, just like bickering and arguing, and it's just really fun. If you like that kind of thing, then you're definitely gonna enjoy this. And one thing that I want to make clear is that like there is potential in a plot like this for there to be like a really strong power imbalance, but I felt like the sides were really balanced, if that makes sense. I think it might be available on Kindle Unlimited. Definitely some of Whitney's books are, so check that out. Then the next one I have to recommend is a recent new favorite, and that is Office Hours by Katrina Jackson. I read this for my vlog where one of my best friends picked books for me to read, and it was such a fun vlog to film, so if you haven't seen that, I'm gonna link it down below and pop it up on the screen. But I read this one in there, absolutely fell in love. It was my favorite book out of that video, and this one is, both of the main characters are professors. They have been, like working at the same universities, seeing each other from afar for a long time, and just kind of like always like admiring the other person from afar, but never actually like doing anything about it. And then they just kind of like start running into each other even more. Sparks fly between them, and just, oh my god. I had so much fun with this one. I was so invested. The chemistry between them was incredible. It was just the perfect mixture of like sweet and swoon-worthy and steamy. This was also quite low on angst. There wasn't anything like super dramatic or terrible that happened, and it was just absolutely wonderful, and I highly, highly, highly recommended this one. And last but not least, I want to recommend The X-Dog by Rachel and Solomon. This one is set at mainly a radio station. The two main characters don't really like each other, but they have this like bickering relationship at the office. And there's this new idea that like the radio station is not doing so great, and so they have this idea that the two of them are going to pretend to be exes on a new radio slash podcast thing. And so they pretend to be exes. They already have that like kind of, you know, like that hate to love thing. So it kind of does feel like they're exes, and that's where it all begins. And it's definitely gets messy. And this one definitely has like some frustrating stuff in the conflict, but it was such a fun time. I absolutely loved the radio podcast setting. I felt like it was just so cool and fun. I've never read anything like this specifically, but it was just a really great office romance. So these are all of my recommendations. Let me know if you would like to see another video like this soon, and please let me know how many books you like to have in recommendation videos, because I always felt like 5 books is not enough. But then my sister was like, it's definitely enough, and I don't know. So please let me know what your like most ideal number for recommendations is, because I want to start making more recommendation videos. I recently did a graphic novel recommendation video, so if that's something you're interested in, I'm going to link it down below. And if you have any other requests for tropes or genres or anything that you'd like to see me recommend, definitely let me know. And if you made it this far, leave any kind of like office emoji down below. Anything that like reminds you of the office, just leave it down below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'm gonna see you soon in another video. Bye!